Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the Link. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Quinyon Mitchell up to make the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Here's a 3rd down and 4. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go with Williams.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Here's 3rd and 2. That is Ferguson in motion. He'll try to run for it with Williams. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To the air right away is Hurts. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route. He creates great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Now he'll run it. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Again, Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Hurts will try it again. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught, Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On play action, Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
That is caught by the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Cavante Turpin on the return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready now for their second drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. That is Ferguson in motion. Play action now. Prescott. And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up second down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Dallas first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. That is Ferguson in motion. On third down, Prescott. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Hurts finding Smith, and an Eagle first down.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield, But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Got a man. It's complete to A.J. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. So got it, the tight end comes in motion. Play action, here's Hurts. That's complete, Kylan Granson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Man in motion is Smith. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He'll try to run here with Barkley.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Now, Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Prescott now. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here comes 3rd and 6. Play fake. Prescott. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. He's got it! And he will go all the way. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Hurts. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. He'll work forward for a couple. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Second down and 8. That is Ferguson in motion. On play action, here's Dak. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Dak facing 3rd and long. Catch made by Pickens. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That's caught left side by Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Man in motion is Smith. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. CeeDee Lamb there to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll work this forward to the 35. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. On 2nd down, it's Dak. The open man is Tolbert. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Dak gonna work it to Lamb on the RPO. And they're gonna work this down inside the 45.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
They'll throw again. Dak. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. To the air again. Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Hurts. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And 3rd down coming up.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd and a yard. Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to have have an Eagles first down as they move the chains on third down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Man in motion is Smith. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They face second down and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. Throw across his body is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there, and it'll lead to a second down.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Ooh. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down. Dotson, the man in motion. On third down, here's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
When we met with him during the week, how did he describe himself to us, Mike? He said, I feel like I'm a student of the game. I feel like that's my advantage over my opponent. And as this game's unfolded, it's pretty clear to see why.
On fourth down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This one from 52 yards away. And that is no good. He missed it. The Cowboys offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. First and 10. A quick toss into the hands of Lamb. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's third and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Good blocking to the 15. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Tyler Smith, guilty on that one. In motion, Lamb. Play action now. Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the carry, it's Williams. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. That one taken in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. Hurts now. This one is caught by Dotson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Off the play fake, Hurts. That's caught downfield by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Hurts again. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Hurts to the air on first down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up fourth down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. CD on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. On the play fake, Dak. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
On second down, it's Dak. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And it'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. They'll run it here with Saquon. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Once again, it's Barkley. A gain there of 15. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards. Man in motion is Brown. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. Powering forward. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
That's incomplete. Oh, they were going for the conversion to get this thing even. Instead, it will remain a two-point game. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. On the return, here's Turpin. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. On play action, here's Dak. Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came, and he's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
In motion, Lamb. 2nd down, Prescott. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd, and now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. A ball deep for the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Hurts. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On third down, it's Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
This one is pushed out to the right. It is no good. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. Play fake. Prescott. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Play action now. Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. Adoree Jackson gets a hand on it to make the play.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
They'll drop to throw. A pass caught by Saquon. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Here comes Barkley. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Second down, 8 for the 1st down. Now Barkley. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's Hurts. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll set up 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. CD on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Here's 1st down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Again, working deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Eagles. It was a closely fought affair, but they're able to survive, and they eke out a 1-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners, as we say so long from South Philly.